Hello and welcome to another live coaching. I'm in Morocco. We're on our second masterclass and I'm actually kind of in the middle of it. So we've had a full day of wind and it's still windy. Some of the team have already tapped out and are done for the day, but two of the masterclass windsurfers are out on the water for the third session of the day and I need to go join them. So I've only got a couple minutes here, but of course I couldn't leave you guys hanging. So I came to say hi. We had some really good discussion in the group this week. There's a question from Azul Halverson, and he says, "I always think that progression comes with falling. If you do not fall, you're standing still and not developing." I agree 100%. And I did a post in the Facebook group, and this is a recurring theme in these master classes where you want to judge your success not on how many times you don't fall, but on how many times you go for it. And reframe in your head success to be about going for it and challenging yourself rather than about not falling. He says that he thinks one of the most frustrating things about windsurfing and getting older uh, is having done it for his whole life, and he's been getting better, but it feels like now after not sailing as much every week, he's on a plateau. And maybe this is a reason that windsurfers might jump to other sports like winging, um, and yeah, nothing beats progression. And he says his focus for years has been freestyle, and he has a plateau around the flaka and the spock. How do others cope with this? And how do people develop as they get older? How do they find peace with holding the level and not getting better? So this is a really interesting question, and it ties in to a lot of what I do on these master classes. So in the masterclass weeks, there's a lot of discussion about goals and goal setting. And one of the things that I really try to emphasize is that goals are not just about learning tricks. So, those of you who are in the goal setting workshop, we did one on Zoom as well earlier this year, know that I like to think of it three broad categories. So, we've got technical goals, and those are tricks, maneuvers. We've got travel goals, and that's like going to Maui or, going to Australia, or it could be, say you live on the south coast of the UK, it's visiting all the other south coast beaches in the UK. It doesn't have to be about going to the other side of the world. And then we have competition goals. And the obvious version of those goals are competing, they're amateur events. And but they can also be about competing with yourself. It's like often for myself, I want to do a wave 360, a goiter, and a taka in the same session, and that's a little kind of competitive goal where I'm competing with myself to do those moves. It could be about getting footage. So there's a lot of ways to have competitive goals. I think having those goals helps keep it so that you're always progressing. And another thing I'd say is that age doesn't seem to be a big limiting factor. A lot of people that come on these master classes are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and are still progressing. All right. Super interesting topic. I'm going to come back to it in the discussion on the Facebook group, and I'm going to talk about this more next week. Like I said, I've got to get back on the water. I'm going to go to the chat quickly. And all right, so we got Jorg in the chat. Hello, hello. Good down the line session. We got H in the chat as well, asking what Mark Angulo is up to. Yeah, Mark left Maui about a decade ago, and was in Florida. Now he's in North Carolina. He's still paying attention to windsurfing. He calls me up sometimes and chats and is motivating and gives me ideas for tricks. He was really pushing me last winter to do a double wave 360. Yeah, Mark is a legend. We've got Onday. Hello, hello. H asks, who's the distributor for Ezzy in France? I think at the moment it's a bit complicated, but I can hook you up. Shoot me a text message somewhere. Um, yeah, or an email. Ragnar just got a new board. Awesome. Cool. Light winds and small waves. Love to hear it. All right, guys, I am going to sign off. I know this is a short one, but part of our Windsurfing Masterclass crew is on the water, and I'm going to go join them for the sunset session here in Morocco. I will do more next weekend, but next weekend I'm also still in Morocco, so I'll be on my way to the airport, I think, at this time. So I'll be able to do something, but it will also be limited. But I'm going to open up some discussion in the Facebook group for these things. And yeah, I'll see you guys there, and I'll see you next week, Sunday. I got to get back on the water with this group, but see you next Sunday and the Sunday.